Hi, today's Bible reading comes from Mark 10, starting at verse 32. They were on their way up to Jerusalem, with Jesus leading the way, and the disciples were astonished, while those who followed were afraid. And again he took the 12 aside and said to them, "We are going to Jerusalem," he said, "and the Son of Man will be betrayed by the chief priests and teachers of the law. They will condemn him to death and will hand him over to the Gentiles, who will mock him, spit on him, flog him, kill him. 3 days later he will rise again." This is the third time in just 2 chapters when Jesus mentions his own forthcoming death. Up till now in Mark's Gospel, in chapters 1 to 8, we've seen who Jesus is, the miracle worker and teacher. But in this second half, from chapter 8 onwards, we see more about what's going to happen in the future, that this great teacher and miracle worker is actually going to be crucified. Of course, to start with, the disciples can't really believe it. But again and again, Jesus says it. And in chapter 11, Easter week starts, the last week of Jesus' life. As a Christian, it's very easy to forget the central things. We have to hear them again and again. Jesus' cross and resurrection aren't an extra or just for Easter, but they're part of our everyday Christian life. So today, maybe you want to take a minute and stop and think, what does Jesus' death and resurrection mean to me? How big a part does it play in my life? And how can I ask the Holy Spirit to help me let Jesus be a bigger part of my everyday?